Hi everyone, here is a quick video which I'm wanting to show you the effect of the Tokina 11 to 16mm lens when you put it on a full frame camera. Here I'm shooting with the Nikon D700, which is the full frame camera which has an amazing ISO ability. And what I've got on the screen just now, I've got two pictures. The one on the left is with the Tokina 11 to 16mm. The one on the right is with the super expensive, well, it's super expensive, it's about 1,200, the Nikon 14 to 24mm lens. And what I've done is, on the picture on the left, that has been shot with the Tokina lens zoomed in to 16mm. And the shot on the right is with the 14 to 24mm lens when it's zoomed as wide out as possible as it goes to 14mm. And so just to give you an idea of the difference in size that you get, you really just have to look up at the kind of corners of the picture. So from the distance of where the salon stops to the edge of the picture with the 14mm compared with the 11 to 16mm, there's a little bit more detail that you're getting, or a little bit more information that you're getting in the shot. One other thing you'll notice is just up in the right, let's just see, in the top hand corner, you're seeing there's a bit of serious vignetting going on with the 11 to 16mm lens. But if you think about it, the Tokina lens is around about £550. The Nikon one is £1,290. So it's more than double the price. And to fix what's wrong with this image is a tiny little bit of a crop. So maybe just bringing it in just a touch there. So that's effectively more like an 18mm or something like that. But you've got an f2.8 and you've saved yourself about £600 or £700. The other thing you want to have a look at is the detail that you get in the very corners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put photos and links of this onto my website. Onto the blog. So if you head over to the Don Bauer Photography blog, so if you head over here on the page, the Tokina 11-60mm f2.8 lens review, there's a review I did a year ago. I'm going to try and update that. But then down here I've got links to the individual sections of the photograph for you to look at and so you can analyze it. Now what you'll also see, if you click on the pictures, they will come up in a much kind of bigger screen there. And now that picture there is actually with the Tokina 11-16mm on the full frame Nikon D700, but at 11mm. And what you're seeing is, that's not even vignetting, that's actually the lens hood which is causing that, because that's obviously just too wide for a full frame lens. So yeah, the other thing to look at carefully is, on the blog you'll probably see a bit better, is the detail that you get up in the corners. So let's say we go down here. A bit of detail there. What we get in the Nikon version, I would say, is a lot sharper. If we go over, let's say we zoom in more than 1:1. So we're looking around this kind of area here. This is 3:1, so this is super huge. And then if we go to the Nikon version, let's just go. So Nikon, nice and sharp. Tokina one, not quite as sharp, but it's only a tiny amount difference. If we also look up at the bricks up in the corner, okay, here they're pretty mushy. This was, what you've got to realise, this was taken at f4, so a pretty wide or a pretty bright stop. f2.8 I could have done it at, but it would have been a bit more blurry, and I always want to stop it down at least one. And with the Nikon, let's see what the detail's like up in the corner there. So with the Nikon you can really see all the details in the bricks themselves. Let's just see that. Yeah, you can actually see all the little dots there. Again, at f4, but the Tokina is obviously not quite as sharp there. So definitely, when you buy the Nikon 14 to 24mm lens, you are buying amazing glass. An amazing glass that is made to cover the full frame of a full frame camera. But if you don't have the money, or if you're saving up for a Nikon camera, the Nikon D700, which is around about £2,000, then you can actually survive with the Tokina 11-16, because it is okay. Certainly in the center, if we go right into the middle here, this is with, oh, that's at 3:1 again. Let's bring it down to 1:1. That is pretty sharp. That's with the Nikon, and if we head over to the Tokina, there's pretty much, you cannot tell the difference in sharpness in the center of the picture. Only at the very corners can you really notice, and I'm talking about the absolute corners, would you notice any difference there. To my eyes, I can't see any difference there. One other thing which I did think was a little bit strange is with the Nikon and what I was using was I was using two different cameras. I was using the D300 and I was using the D700. And let's just have a little look at this one. D700 was giving me exposure time of 1250th. Meanwhile, the Nikon was giving me, with the Nikon D300 is a little bit slower. It was about 1000 of a second rather than 1250th. Not a huge difference, but it's something to maybe note that the Nikon D700 just seems to be a little bit brighter even at the same ISOs as the D300. And I'll go into more detail about that when we go over to the DxO Mark, DxO Mark website in my next video. But yeah, have a check on the blog, and you can have a closer look at the pictures that you can get with the Tamron, with the Tokina on a full frame camera, even though it's not made for full frame cameras. So anyway, that's just a quick one for you. Hope that helps. Cheers. Bye.